has absolutely no shame, much like his wife, because he is going to accept next week a Living Legend of Aviation award. Living Legend of Aviation. The guy who, as far as we know, maybe or maybe does not have a pilot's license. We have never gotten any indication that he has personally flown individually a helicopter or a plane by himself and is certified to do that. We just don't have any record of that. And we know pretty much that he hasn't flown anything since at least when he left his military service over 10 years ago. So the huge question is, why in the world is he getting this award? Why is he getting this award? We all know he doesn't deserve it. But the simple matter is, much like his wife, he paid for it. He is now paying people to give him his awards to make him look important. And this is very much out of Meghan Markle's playbook. Believe it or not, her entire career and many of the things that you hear from Sussex stands across various platforms on social media are the result not of Meghan Markle's efforts or achievement, but her paying probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to PR companies to boost her so she doesn't have to do the hard work behind the scenes. And because of this, Prince Harry is following the same route, and it's going to end in an epic disaster for him. If Prince Harry wants to reclaim his dignity, he would gracefully back out of this event and nominate somebody who is so much more qualified than he is. Because giving him this award, yes, it was the organization's choice, but it makes the whole thing a joke. And it makes anybody else who received this award, and we'll go over some of the names who are very impressive, it makes them a joke too. And this organization would do themselves so many favors. Yes, they may make a lot of money off inviting Prince Harry, but will that result in good press overall for this organization or the event? Probably not. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of analysis and behind the scenes on this issue because, oh my gosh, when this came out, I was like, what? And then it's just so blown up across social media because everybody knows the truth here. Harry does not deserve any sort of achievement or recognition for aviation, a craft he seems to have no interest in unless it can help boost his public image. So we're gonna get into this, but if you guys haven't been to Royal News Network, my name is Brittany. I provide y'all compelling royal commentary. So if you wanna smash that subscribe button, that would be fantastic. I also have a Saturday morning live stream. I have a newsletter. I have a royal fashion channel. So if you're interested in any of that, links will be down below. And then I also have an upcoming trip to Scotland. We still have a couple of the early bird spots available. So if you guys want to come with us and explore the Scottish countryside, it'll be a marvelous, marvelous trip. I love Scotland. I'm so, so excited. It's been many years since I've been. I spent about 3 months there several years ago, and it was just so awesome. The people are so lovely and friendly, and it's really a beautiful, beautiful country. And we'll go all the way up to the Isle of Skye and back to Edinburgh. So if you guys are interested, feel free again to click the links down below. And I will have a special live stream this Sunday morning for the ascension of King Frederick of Denmark. It's hard because it's not coronation, it's not inauguration, and those are the couple different terms that we see now for royals, but this is more of an ascension because Queen Marguerite has abdicated and her son, Crown Prince Frederick, will become king in a couple of short days. So I'll do a live stream so we can watch a little bit of that, hopefully, or show pictures and talk about it because it is going to be a very, very exciting moment in Denmark. It's the first time a monarch has abdicated since the 1100s. It's been a bit. So this is just a very exciting thing and something that I think signifies a growing trend among European monarchs. So we shall see where this goes in the future. Oh, but back to this award. Oh my gosh, I'm just like having a hard time thinking of what the organizers were thinking here because this is what this award is supposed to represent. So this is from their website and this is who they say they give this award to. It says the living legends of aviation are remarkable people of extraordinary accomplishment in aviation, including entrepreneurs, innovators, industry leaders, astronauts, record breakers, pilots who have become celebrities, and celebrities who have become pilots. The legends meet yearly to recognize and honor individuals that have made significant contributions in aviation. Prince Harry has done none of those things. He has done zero of those things. Zero. None of those things he has done. None of those things he has done. He's not an entrepreneur. He has no records in aviation. We don't even know how much of a pilot he was. And I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that, don't worry. But he was recognized as an Apache commander, not a captain, a commander, and he was a gunner, a co-pilot gunner. But the actual pilot was somebody else. And again, we have huge questions over Prince Harry's military service. I think a lot of it, and I'll go into it, I think a lot of it was puff PR in a lot of ways. Not that he didn't serve, not that he didn't enjoy it, but I think a lot of it has been exaggerated, and Prince Harry has now internalized that exaggeration, much to his own detriment. But Prince Harry obviously does not deserve this award. I think of living legends, and I was actually at lunch today, and they happened to be showing a video of this, even though it was years and years ago now. The pilot Scully, who landed his plane on the Hudson. After losing both engines, managed to land his plane on the Hudson River, evacuate all the passengers, 0 loss of life, minimal injuries. That is a legend. That is a legend. Another person who's been recognized is Elon Musk, and obviously he has SpaceX. He's hugely into innovating industries. That is who a living legend is. They also have Sir Richard Branson, who obviously got, Virgin Galaxy. Like, he's been interested in getting up into space flights, and he's taken a lot of risk. He's obviously an innovator. They've also recognized Harrison Ford. And Harrison Ford, although he's had some incidents in the last couple of years, and people are like questioning because of his age how much he should be a pilot, but the guy has survived, I think, 2 crashes. One was a plane which he managed to land on I believe it was a golf course with, again, no injuries to the general public. He was injured, but no other injuries. I mean, that is impressive. And the award is going to be given out by John Travolta, who we know has his pilot's license, has multiple planes, different sizes. So we know that this man is experienced and very, very knowledgeable about aviation. I'm not even sure if Prince Harry could spell aviation. That's kind of mean, but I'm sure he can. But you understand, like, kind of the frustration there. So the organization behind this is Kitty Hawk Air Academy. It's a nonprofit, and it's dedicated to introducing, educating, and sparking children's interest in aviation. And so our volunteers travel to schools, camps, museums, hospitals, and aviation events where they have children interact with the trainer, airplane components, models, and speak to them about basic concepts in flight and aviation careers. So this organization has a good idea behind it. It seems very sweet, helping children understand aviation. And then you invite Prince Harry, the guy who barely graduated high school, and we have no idea how much of a pilot he really was. And we know for sure he was a gunner and a co-pilot, but was he really a pilot? I don't know. And so really the whole organization, I feel like, is pulled into kind of the miasma and the unclear view that has been created not only by Harry and Meghan's PR team, but the palace's PR team too. And because of that, he's getting an award I think most people believe he doesn't really deserve. And again, he has no accomplishments, no innovations. Like, essentially, they should be gifting every person who has ever been a co-pilot of an Apache helicopter with a Living Legend of Aviation award, because Harry has done nothing that nobody else has done. Like, everybody else in Harry's field has the same level of skills, or probably more than he does. I mean, essentially, they've now made this the participation trophy. You've taken somebody like Buzz Aldrin, who was an actual astronaut, who actually walked on the moon, and equated him essentially with Prince Harry, the guy who barely graduated high school, probably thinks the moon landing was fake. Maybe, maybe not. I feel a little saucy today. What can you tell? And just doesn't, I would doubt, has that much understanding of aviation at all. It makes it a joke, and it's clearly a money grab from the organization. It's clearly a money grab from them. They saw Prince Harry, and I'm sure Harry's PR team is behind this. They saw Prince Harry and they go, yeah, well, people come because it's Prince Harry and we can make a boatload of money. And so we'll just invite him. But the unfortunate thing is Harry's public reputation is so stinking bad that I've heard from people who have said they've written to the organization going, why are you giving him this award? Why are you giving him this award? So yes, they're getting attention, but are they going to really be making all that much money off of this? I mean, in a way they might, but in the long run, they might not, because other people might go, you know what? Maybe I don't want my award anymore because you're equating me with that guy. You're equating me with that guy. And so it's just, people just, it really irks them. People just don't like it. But this is the creation and the concoction of Meghan Markle. When I was reading through Tom Bower's book, what really came to mind is that what Meghan does is that all her CV, you could say all her resume, the things that she touts as her great achievements, like speaking in front of the UN, she wasn't invited. She got her PR company to invite her, because Meghan Markle can't do things on her own. She needs her PR company to do it for her, because she doesn't want to put the hard work in ever to achieve something on her own. She wants the PR company to make up for her own inadequacies. And so that's why there's so much, I feel like, when Harry and Meghan got all these deals, I'm sure that all the companies were pretty confident because Meghan Markle can talk a good game. They seem to have this list of great things and accomplishments. But when rubber met the road, they were like, oh no, wait. Maybe she's really not that good. Maybe we got sold a faulty product here. And I think most of them are realizing that at this point. I mean, definitely Spotify backed out because they're like, you know, we went in with the Meghan Markle train, but as it turns out, the Meghan Markle train went woo off the tracks. There is a facade that's just simply not true, because Meghan Markle doesn't want to do any of the hard work. So all the PR efforts, yes, they're there, but there's no substance behind them. They kind of fall apart sort of instantly if they're shoved against just a little bit, because the foundation just simply is not there. Meghan Markle really hasn't done all these great accomplishments. It's her PR getting her different places to facilitate her getting in front of major people so she can sound important when she's really not. So she can sound like she's achieved a lot of things when she really hasn't. Because I am of the opinion, I've said this before, that I think most of Meghan's money from Suits went into Sunshine Sachs. I think the vast majority of her money went into promoting her up the wazoo. She didn't want to work hard on her acting. She didn't really want to do all the charitable endeavors. She didn't really want to do the hard work behind the scenes to make things happen. She just paid her PR company as much as humanly possible to achieve that. And Harry's following suit in this instance. Harry's completely following suit, because here's what I think happened. Now, this is just my supposition, just my theory, but take it for what you will. So I think Harry and Meghan have an aggressive PR team, because again, that's what Meghan's always wanted. She doesn't want to do the hard work. She's like, okay, you go and promote us up the wazoo and we'll kind of follow behind wishy-washy. And so they started promoting and talking to different organizations probably around LA, trying to pump up Harry and Meghan and tell organizations, yeah, you should give them X award because you'll get a lot of attention. And they will, but a good chunk of it's negative. But they're like, well, why don't you go ahead and do this, do that? You'll get so much attention. And these organizations and companies are like, yeah, okay. Some of them are interested, some of them are not. But Kitty Hawk was one that was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and do this because this is gonna really bring us up there to the public's attention. Yeah, not in a good way, though. I don't think it's really worked out. And so they went ahead and were like, okay, we'll give Harry this award. Maybe Archewell donated some money. But if they're really proud of this award, if they really want this to be something important, they just invalidated their own efforts by inviting Harry into this. Because the other component of the situation is, I think, the palace's PR surrounding Harry and his military service. Because I think some of that is puff. I don't think everything was portrayed accurately, because as far as we're aware, again, Harry was the gunner and the co-pilot. He wasn't the actual pilot. And we don't really have any confirmation, really. I think we have some things like he became an Apache commander and stuff, but not a pilot, a commander. I mean, there's differences, pilot or captain or commander, whatever. There's sort of differences. And I think Harry's military service has been massively, massively inflated by the palace to make Harry look better. Because we all know Harry had to get help to pass high school in art. He had to get an A level in art. And he had a lot of assistance doing that. Many people think he just simply, at the end of the day, they ended up helping him cheat to help him graduate. And so he's not really qualified to be in higher levels of the military, really. And so they helped him by crafting this image of this hardworking and very dynamic soldier, which I think was somewhat there in Harry's imagination, but not really there in reality. There's a lot of reports that Harry spent most of his time in Afghanistan in a bunker playing video games. And I don't think that's all far away from the truth. I think Harry at this point, because of Meghan, because of his own past, is very good now at rewriting his history. I think he's very good at rewriting things to make them seem better for himself. I think the palace, in order to make Harry look better after a series of mishaps when he was younger, created this false soldier image of Harry that he still clings to. And I think he's still perpetuating that to other people, when I don't think the foundation is really there. And again, I don't want to say definitively yes or no he is not a pilot, because I don't really know for sure. And I think the information we got from the palace is vague, and I don't want to put a definitive on it unless I have like absolute proof. But I will say, as far as the evidence we're aware, he has not piloted at all since he left the military. And in comparison, Prince William, we know, was an air ambulance pilot. So he would go to different situations as a helicopter pilot, pick people up, take people to hospitals. Like, he did that for years, and he still pilots the helicopters. We've seen him with Catherine and Charlotte. He actually flew Charlotte into an event to meet Catherine. He flew the helicopter because he can fly helicopters. We know he can fly. Am I saying that he deserves that award either? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we have definitive evidence that William has actually piloted something. We don't have definitive evidence of that. I think much like Meghan Markle, we have a PR image concocted by the palace that Harry is still continuing to this day to prop himself up and inflate his own ego. And unfortunately, Kitty Hawk is going to be the victim of that in this scenario, because I don't think what Harry told them about himself was real, because I don't think it is. And he is not a living legend of aviation. He's probably a living legend in his own mind, but he's definitely not a living legend of aviation. And I think it's unfortunate that this organization thought that their best decision here to get attention and money was Prince Harry, because at the end of the day, they're just gonna get stuck with a lot of nasty coverage, because everybody knows he doesn't deserve this. And I think they should have thought a little bit more before inviting Prince Harry to accept this award. So guys, let me know what you think of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I have 2 others I'm in the process of editing too, so hopefully I'll get those out to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.